Battles of America, Lexington and Concord. Beginning in 1764, Great Britain passed several acts to raise more revenue from taxes on the American colonies. These acts, such as the Sugar Act, Stamp Act, and Townshend Acts, infuriated the colonies and inspired the phrase, "no taxation without representation." With the colonists' continued resistance to these acts, the British Parliament believed they had no choice but to declare the colonists in rebellion and sought to subdue them permanently. The plan was to arrest opposition leaders Samuel Adams and John Hancock in Lexington and end the militia by destroying their weapons and ammunition in Concord. On April 18, 1775, Dr. Joseph Warren, a prominent Boston physician, learned of the British plan. He sent riders William Dawes and Paul Revere to alert Adams and Hancock and the militia to hide their ammunition. Then, on the morning of April 19th, 700 British soldiers, led by Major John Pitcairn, marched to Lexington where 77 waiting Minutemen faced them. Vastly outnumbered, the colonists' Captain Parker ordered the militia to disperse. Just then, a gunshot rang out which caused the British and the militia to begin fighting. To this day, no one knows who fired the first shot. When order was finally restored, 8 of the colonists lay dead, and 10 more were wounded. Only one redcoat had been harmed. The remaining members of the militia quickly fled the area. After the small triumph at Lexington, the British marched toward Concord. They encountered little resistance from the colonists at first, so they began to comb the entire town for the hidden stockpiles. They burned what few arms they found. Unbeknownst to the British, hundreds of militiamen were watching them from the other side of the North Bridge. When the colonists saw the fires, they mistakenly assumed their whole town was going to be burned as well, so they rushed to the North Bridge to attack the small company of British soldiers who were defending it. The British fired first, but retreated after the militiamen returned fire. This skirmish is what's referred to as the shot heard around the world, penned by Ralph Waldo Emerson in his poem Concord Hymn. The shot signified the beginning of the Revolutionary War. Unable to find any other arms, the rest of the British soldiers began to march back to Boston. The militiamen followed them and persistently shot at and harassed them all the way back to town. The news of these battles spread rapidly, and their success proved that the colonists could stand up to the most powerful army in the world. None of them could know that they had just embarked on a brutal 7-year journey to complete independence from Britain.
If you enjoyed this video and all of our videos, please consider a tax-deductible donation so we can keep the whole thing free for you. I'm Dr. Duke. Thanks for watching.